Welcome to the Butterfly Effect, the last edition of the 2020 Vuelta España Stage 18. Everybody knows it's a parade coming in to Madrid, and then the real racing begins. Once you get into Madrid, it is a real bike race. Make no doubt about that. It is scary and fun all at the same time, but it's definitely, the adrenaline is high. The riders want to get the stage over, but they also don't want to end up on the ground and going home with some road rash. This is a real legit sprint stage. I want to break down the finish for you. BORA Hansgrohe wins with Pascal Ackermann, and they do a fabulous job. Pascal Ackermann's a great sprinter. Deceuninck-QuickStep is the team I want to break down. BORA Hansgrohe were perfect. They won the stage. I can't break it down. Deceuninck-QuickStep, though, they should have won the stage, I believe anyways, if Sam Bennett does not go rogue. Okay, what am I talking about? Stage starts, we get into the circuit. Deceuninck-QuickStep controls everything beautifully, just like they normally do. When they lose the front with 3.5K to go, and I'm going to go to notes here because it's going to be tight, and really a lot is happening from 3.5 all the way to the finish line. At 3.5, though, they lose the front to Sunweb. Sunweb's trying to get in there and do what BORA Hansgrohe did, but they don't have the power, and they took it too soon. When BORA Hansgrohe takes over, they'll come over at 2.5K is when BORA Hansgrohe comes in, but really they're at the front with about 2K to go where they have control. 1.5K, you have a very hard 180 right turn. At that point in time, we can see where everyone is located in the group because the camera follows the group as it goes through the 180 turn. BORA Hansgrohe's on the front with great numbers. They got less than 1.5K to go to the finish. All right, Deceuninck-QuickStep is the only Deceuninck-QuickStep rider on the BORA Hansgrohe lead train. Now this means he's been resting. His team's been at the front all day. When BORA Hansgrohe took over, he's solidly locked onto the wheel, and he's been there for the last K at least. He'll stay in that position all the way till 400 meters to go. And that's crucial, and I want you to remember that. He's in the right place. He's rested. He doesn't have to accelerate, and he's not fighting much to keep that wheel. So he should have very good legs later. Now, as we go through the 180-degree turn, Deceuninck-QuickStep, Michael Morkov is trying to bring Sam Bennett back to the front. When they go through the 180-degree turn, Sam Bennett and Michael Morkov are about 20 guys back. That's not a big deal. They're not 20 guys back in line. They're probably about 7 back in line, but 20 guys are in front of them. Guys are at least 2, sometimes 3 wide, so it's not that far from 1.5K to get him back to the front. It's not that big of a deal for a sprinter to move by 3-4 wheels and get back up to Stybar's wheel. Okay, they do that. They do a beautiful job. As they come in to about 700-800 meters to go, you're going to see Michael Morkov will drop and just deliver perfectly Sam Bennett onto Deceuninck-Stybar's wheel. Okay, Deceuninck-Stybar is Sam Bennett's teammate. They go into 400 meters to go. You're going to see Michael Morkov pull off. That's him getting out of the way. He's done his work. He's tired now. He's dropped off Sam Bennett onto the perfect wheel. Okay, onto his teammate's wheel with 400 meters to go. All Deceuninck-Stybar has to do now is punch it. Here's where Sam Bennett starts to go rogue, and this was a mistake on his part, I believe. Could be Deceuninck-Stybar said, hey, Sam, I don't have it. Could have been he's yelling back to him, I don't got it, I don't got it, I don't got it. I can't do the sprint. I can't do the sprint. That's a possibility, but I don't think so. Deceuninck-Stybar is a legend on doing these lead outs, and he's an amazing rider himself. He wins field sprints himself. He is a fantastic rider. I can't believe with him sitting on the wheel solidly for 2K, if not this whole race in a perfect position, that now all of a sudden he doesn't have the legs. Sam Bennett, I believe, panics. Instead of staying on Deceuninck-Stybar's wheel and telling him to punch it with 400 meters to go as they go into the right soft bend followed by left soft bend to the finish, Sam Bennett chooses to go around his teammate. Now he goes around his teammate. They go right bend like this, followed into the left, and Sam Bennett's coming around his teammate still with 300 meters to go. Folks, 300 meters to go. Sam Bennett is not drafting. He's not hanging out. He's not hidden. I love to use the word hidden for the draft because there's drafting and then there's hidden. And hidden's the perfect place to be. Sam Bennett's out in the wind, flying around the outside of his teammate with 300 meters to go. Now, if Deceuninck-QuickStep is tired and has bad legs and had yelled back to Sam, hey, Sam, I just don't have it. Okay, what Deceuninck-QuickStep has to do is move right. When he moves right, he'll open up the inside middle, the hidden draft. He'll move right, and then there you go. Sam Bennett slots straight up onto Pascal Ackermann's wheel, never once having to touch the wind. Okay, I'm telling you, I believe Sam Bennett went rogue and decided to change all the Deceuninck-QuickStep's normal lead-out MO train. Up till that point, up to 400 meters, and especially at 300 meters to go, Deceuninck-QuickStep were beautiful. When they gave up the lead at 3.5K, I thought that was perfect Deceuninck-QuickStep MO. Control the field, give up the front, let all the other guys wear out their guys, and then bum rush from the back. It's going to be a wide road. You have plenty of time to move around. Instead, 400 meters to go again. 300, here we go. Sam Bennett, I think, panics, and he goes around his teammate. He's going around in the wind. He's in the wind the whole time. Finally, you see Deceuninck-QuickStep look over, and he sees them, and he backs off, and he allows Sam Bennett to slot in front of him. But that's already a lot of time. It would have been better. Stuybar slides right. Sam Bennett slides up the middle in the hidden draft. He's hidden. Okay, if he does that technique, he's hidden. You get on Pascal Ackermann's wheel, and you haven't touched the wind yet, and you're ready to do the sprint. Okay, instead he's around it. Instead, at 400 meters, I would have yelled at Deceuninck-QuickStep to start sprinting right at that point in time and just take it straight to the front. Sam Bennett hits at 200 meters, wins this stage possibly. Nobody knows for sure. The only thing we know for sure is Sam Bennett messed up the sprint. Okay, that's all we really know is that he messed up the sprint, and now we're finding ways to fix it. He went rogue, guys. He messed up the sprint. Pascal Ackermann even started sprinting late. He started his sprint at about 200 meters, if not 175 from the line. And then there's no time for anyone to come around a quality rider like Pascal Ackermann who wins the stage. It was a big mess up on Sam Bennett's part. I think when you rewatch, when Deceuninck-QuickStep rewatch that, they're going to see. But I bet already in the team bus, they're asking Sam, what did you do? Why didn't you yell at Deceuninck-QuickStep to go at 400 meters? Deceuninck-QuickStep could easily do 200, 250 meters on the front, pulled him straight past Pascal Ackermann, and he starts his sprint. Or he forces Pascal Ackermann to jump sooner than 200 meters. His legs get tired. Sam Bennett wins the stage. That's the way I see it on the butterfly effect. Okay, now I want to talk about this stage for me personally because it's a chaotic stage. Throughout the Vuelta, I had Jaroslav Popovic. We all call him Popo. He's a fabulous rider. He was my go-to guy when we got into the crazy town finishes in the stages of the Vuelta. Okay, he was great at fishing his way and going through the group. He could push guys out of the way. He'd leave gaps for me, and I could shoot holes that he'd leave behind and take risk all the time, but calculated risk on Popo's wheel. This particular last stage, Popovic is trying to race the stage the same way for me. Only difference is now I don't have to worry about any energy because there is no stage after today's stage for me. So Popovic is always trying to shoot through the middle still, just like our MO for the whole 3 weeks of the Vuelta. He did a great job. It was absolutely necessary to do on the earlier stages because I have to save energy for the stage tomorrow. So Popovic was amazing throughout this Vuelta. On the last stage, the whole team's yelling at me. The directors are yelling at me, stay with the team, stay with the team, stay with the team. Popovic is yelling at me, stay on my wheel. The difference is, though, without another stage coming and with having good legs, it was safer and easier for me to just go out in the wind, pass guys, go to the front, stay at the front for as long as I can. When I get boxed in and they swarm around me, on the next corner, sprint down the straightaway, slot back in. I could waste energy. I could just start throwing coins in the slot machine as easily as I want because there's no stage tomorrow. So Popovich is yelling at me throughout the stage, and finally I go, Popovich, just relax. I got this. Just everybody on the team, keep an eye on me, stay behind me, but keep an eye on me in case something happens, and we got to do some kind of teamwork to get me back to the group if I flat or happen to crash. But remember, chances of crashing if I go to the outside into the wind and pass everyone are very limited because I'm under control and I'm not sliding up through the middle of the field all the time. So I try to explain it to Popovich, but when you're in a finish of a stage like today, I don't have time to explain it nicely, and I just got to yell, don't worry, I'm on my own, get out of my way, stay behind me, keep an eye on me. So after this stage and after the podium ceremonies, I go back to the bus, and the directors are still upset. They're like, why weren't you with the team? I was like, I don't have the need for the team on a stage like today. I need them if an accident happens, but I don't need them to save my legs and help me for tomorrow's stage. So every stage is different, okay? And that's what I want to explain with tactics. What you do at the beginning of the first week and the second week and the third week are all different tactics compared to what you would do on the last day. The last day is stay safe, don't crash. If you crash, you lose the Vuelta. If I flat, no big deal. I got a strong team. They haven't been doing much work for me, and they pull me back to the group. But if you crash, you break your collarbone, you lose the Vuelta. If I spend a ton of energy in the wind, it's no big deal because there is no stage tomorrow. But on stage 15, if you spend a ton of energy and you got a mountain stage on stage 16, that's a bit different. So you got to take the risk of crashing and save energy. That's what I want to explain and keep the stories rolling here on the butterfly effect is the different tactics used on different days and why you would use them. Hope you guys enjoyed 2020. This was the last day of racing. It was a great stage for the sprinters. It has been an amazing 2020. Appreciate what you guys have watched by all the racers. A lot of guys, I know Primoz Roglic winning this Vuelta was fabulous. He has not been home that often. I read somewhere or watched it on the video where he'd been home 10 days in like 4 months. So appreciate what the bike racers have gone through. It's more than just what you're watching there on TV. I put my watch on today. This was also from the Vuelta win. Got the watch, the jersey, the plates. It was a fabulous experience for me. It's my first time I've ever done 3 Grand Tours in one season. Hope you guys appreciate that too here on the Butterfly Effect. I'll keep some content coming on weekly throughout here on the channel. Love that you guys appreciate the channel. Love the comments. Glad you're here. See you real soon on the Butterfly Effect or the Chris Horner's channel. Thanks, guys.